AITA for refusing to share my biological kids' funds with my stepchildren. I, 42M, have two biological kids, Anna, 16F, and Jake, 14M, from my first marriage. My late wife, their mom, passed away 8 years ago after a long battle with cancer. Losing her was devastating, and I've tried my best to raise Anna and Jake with the same values and priorities we shared as a couple. Before her passing, my late wife worked hard to set up trust funds for the kids. She wanted to make sure their future was secure no matter what happened, especially since she knew her illness was terminal. That money isn't a trust managed by me, meant specifically for their education or other life goals like starting a business or buying a home someday. About 4 years ago, I met my current wife, 39F, and we've been married for 2 years now. She has 2 children, Ethan, 15M, and Sophie, 12F, from her previous marriage. Their dad is still in their lives and provides child support, though my wife has told me it's not a lot. I love Ethan and Sophie. They're wonderful kids, and I've tried to be a positive and consistent presence in their lives. I pay for day-to-day household expenses, cover some of their extracurricular activities, and contribute in ways I can. But their father's support still plays a role in their financial needs, and my wife and I have always kept finances for the kids separate, or so I thought. A few weeks ago, my wife approached me with an idea that completely blindsided me. She suggested we share Anna and Jake's trust funds with Ethan and Sophie. She pointed out that Anna and Jake have a huge financial advantage thanks to the money their mom left them, and argued that it's unfair to her kids, who don't have the same resources. She said it's not right for her children to fall behind when we're supposed to be a family and should treat all the kids equally. I told her immediately that I couldn't do that. The trust funds aren't mine to share. They're Anna and Jake's inheritance from their mother, who worked hard and made sacrifices to ensure her children's futures would be secure. I explained that touching that money for any purpose other than what it was intended for feels like a betrayal of my late wife's wishes. I also offered to help my wife come up with other ways to save for Ethan and Sophie, perhaps setting up smaller savings accounts or adjusting our household budget to put aside more for their college. She didn't take it well. She accused me of playing favorites and not accepting her kids as part of the family. She said that by refusing to share the funds, I'm essentially telling her children they're less important than Anna and Jake. That hurt because I genuinely love Ethan and Sophie and try every day to show them they're valued. But in my heart, I feel there's a line I can't cross when it comes to honoring my late wife's legacy and protecting what's meant for Anna and Jake. Things escalated when my wife brought her parents into the conversation. They've started calling me selfish, saying that if I really loved my stepchildren, I'd treat them the same as my own. They believe it's my responsibility to ensure all 4 kids have equal opportunities, even if that means using Anna and Jake's inheritance. I've tried to explain my side, but they're convinced I'm favoring my biological kids and treating Ethan and Sophie unfairly. To make matters worse, Anna and Jake have caught wind of the situation. My wife didn't tell them directly, but they overheard a conversation and confronted me about it. They're upset and confused, wondering if they're going to have to give up part of their future for their step-siblings. They've even started avoiding Ethan and Sophie, which breaks my heart because it's creating a divide in what was up until now a pretty harmonious blended family. I've also noticed that my stepkids are acting differently. Ethan has become more withdrawn, and Sophie keeps asking me if I like Anna and Jake more than her and her brother. It's heartbreaking. My wife's upset, my in-laws are angry, and now all 4 kids are feeling the tension. I feel like I'm failing everyone, but I don't see how I can possibly make this right without sacrificing my principles and my late wife's wishes. I've tried to talk to my wife about this again, but she's still adamant that the money should be shared. She sees it as a way to make things fair and ensure Ethan and Sophie have the same chances as Anna and Jake. She keeps saying that marriage is about unity and that families should work together to support all the kids equally. I understand where she's coming from, but I can't shake the feeling that this isn't just about fairness. It's about boundaries and respect for what that money represents. I've been up late every night thinking about this. I'm terrified that sticking to my decision will damage my marriage and potentially ruin the relationships between the kids. But I'm equally terrified that giving in would mean betraying my late wife and letting down Anna and Jake. It feels like there's no good solution here, and I'm running out of options. So, Reddit, AITA for refusing to share my biological kids' trust funds with my stepchildren? Am I failing my family by standing my ground on this? Or is this a hill worth dying on? I could really use some clarity,